The following program is a SUTV student production. The views expressed are not necessarily those of Salisbury University, the University System of Maryland, its regents, administration, officers, employees, or representatives.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Jarrett, and this is SUTV News. Tonight we start off with on-campus news. SU hosted its 31st annual Seagull Century bicycle tour, drawing in thousands of cyclists from across the nation last Saturday. Participants can choose to ride a 65-mile tour of Wacomico and Somerset counties or a 100-mile tour to Assateague Island and back. Seagull Century donates a portion of the money raised in the event to nonprofit organizations and also to scholarships and grants at Salisbury University. In other news on campus, SU's budget cuts take full effect this semester. These cuts are already affecting not only returning students, but new students as well. Here's SUTV's Alex Fregger for more on the story.
With the new school year, multiple student resources across campus have seen budget cuts or money-saving measures put in place, such as the UFC's hours being reduced and the library no longer being open 24/5. Students commented on how the cut library hours affected their ability to do schoolwork.
Well, I'm especially annoyed with the budget cuts when they cut the times to different academic buildings, especially the library. I'm someone that would usually be there late into the early morning hours, and now that they've cut the 24-hour section, I think that impacts a lot of students.
They have reduced the library hours pretty substantially. They closed what was once the 24-hour section now at 2 a.m. Monday through Thursday. Friday and Saturday, I think they close at 8 p.m. Sometimes we can't get in the library when we need to, and when there's exams coming up all throughout the year, for our midterms, we have really nowhere to study.
As someone who's in the honors program, I'm at the library all the time, and I am studying a lot. It would be so much nicer if it was open all the time, so sometimes I wouldn't have to leave and go back to my dorm room to study. And sometimes you can't study in your dorm because you don't have access to all the materials there.
I hate being in my room. It just feels weird, and so I'd rather go to the library do my work because I can't really focus in my room, but you can't go to the library when it's closed.
Students not only mentioned library hours being cut, but also the hours of the University Fitness Center.
So the hours at UFC have also been reduced, so there's less time for me to get in and work out during the day if I want to.
I wish it were open longer because, if you had a lot of work to do one day, then, you could go to the gym at 10 or 11 some nights, even if it was closed, or if you had work due the next day early, you could go to the gym at 4 a.m. if you needed to. Go to the library at 4 a.m. if you needed to, but you can't do that if it's closed and so early.
Although most disapprove of the budget cuts, one student believes in their necessity for the campus.
It's not cool when your university has to do budget cuts, but it's sometimes a necessity. I think it might be a smarter move because I've heard that money might have been mismanaged before.
But will these budget cuts affect future generations of SU students? One student believes that they won't experience SU's full potential.
Incoming freshmen in the future years, they're not even going to know that these budget cuts ever happened, so they're not going to know that the facilities were open later, that the gym hours were extended, that the library had wonderful 24-hour and later accommodations to accommodate those people that really need to be in there, because it will impact the future generation of students that come in and don't ever know about what the full potential of the campus was.
From SUTV News, I'm Alex Fregger.
With the acceptance of more and more new students each year and with the rising cost of tuition, SU students question the budget cuts and wonder where exactly their tuition dollars are going. SU has yet to officially announce the budget cuts to the public, nor a valid explanation for them. In more SU news, Salisbury University's School of Nursing launches the campus's first massive open online course. Created by Dr. Mary Bartolo, the Overview and Management of Parkinson's Disease course targets students in nursing, physical therapy, social work, and other healthcare professions. The course is not for credit, but a verified certificate is available with a fee. The 5-week course begins Thursday, October 31st, and is open for enrollment now. Another week in athletics has gone by. Let's head over to Chase for your SUTV sports update.
Good evening, Seagulls. I'm Chase Lanken, and this is SUTV Sports. At the top of the news, Salisbury's football team traveled to New Jersey to play Montclair State to open their New Jersey Athletic Conference slate. Salisbury scored midway through the first quarter when Jack Lanham hit a wide-open Shamar Gray for a 39-yard touchdown. The extra point was then fumbled to keep it a 6-0 game. Montclair State scored in the second quarter, but missed the extra point low to keep the game tied at 6. Salisbury fumbled on the ensuing drive, and Montclair State recovered and drove down the field for a score. In a fiery attempt to even the score at 13, the Gulls put together a 10-play, 92-yard drive that ended with a 16-yard touchdown run by Jack Lanham. The third quarter was marked by a Montclair field goal, making the game 16-13. Salisbury responded in the fourth quarter with another touchdown drive, highlighted by a 41-yard run by Chad Gleason and topped off with a second touchdown run by Jack Lanham. This made the game 20-16. Salisbury stalled Montclair on their next drive and came back to score another touchdown through a 4-yard rush by Gleason to put the Gulls up 27-16. Montclair didn't go down quietly and scored another touchdown and a 2-point conversion to make the game 27-24. Montclair attempted an onside kick with 1 minute and 5 seconds left on the clock, which was recovered by the Gulls' Sean Carroll to end the game with a Seagulls win 27-24. And the Gulls are still undefeated in men's football. Women's soccer also played against St. Mary's Seahawks in the Capital Athletic Conference last weekend. Neither team put up a goal in the first half, though the Gulls did have 7 shots as they put immense pressure on the Seahawks. In the 63rd minute, Jenna Beck scored the first goal for the Gulls with a header from a corner. Carly Glassford then scored the second goal for the Gulls as she found herself on the fortunate end of a rebound from Dana Gordon's saved free kick. 2 minutes later, Dana Gordon got what she deserved in the form of a third goal for the Gulls. Lydia Nyram sealed the game with a beautiful strike as the Gulls ultimately won 4-0 and continued their undefeated run in the CAC this season. And that's all for this week's SUTV Sports. I'm Chase Lanken. Let's head over to Jordan for an update on what events are happening on campus.
It's time to see what fun events are coming up on campus. I'm Jordan Tucker, and this is your SUTV Gull Life update. SOAP's Comedy Night series continues. Check out comedian Matt Pavich tomorrow, October 10th. Head over to Gull's Nest right next to Chick-fil-A at 7 p.m. for a night of free stand-up comedy. On Friday, October 11th, SOAP and the LGBTQ Alliance are celebrating National Coming Out Day with plush toys. Head over to Fireside Lounge at noon to stuff your own plush unicorn or rainbow with pride. This event is free with your student ID. As college students, we can all use some extra cash now and then. Luckily, SOAP is giving out a cash prize at their Cash Attack game show. Make sure you are free this Saturday, October 12th at 8 p.m. and participate in the game show at the Wakamaka Room of GSU. It's that time of year again. SGA is hosting their 3rd annual Culture Shock fashion show, and this year's theme is Unity Through Film. Come support SU's clubs and organizations as they walk the runway on Tuesday, October 15th from 6:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. in Red Square. And that's all for your Gull Life update. I'm Jordan Tucker. Back to you, Chris.
Thanks, Jordan. Well, that wraps up our SUTV newscast for tonight. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, I'm Chris Jarrett for SUTV News, your station, your story.